Hey everyone, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm usually your Friday host. Megan and I have changed dates, so you'll be seeing me on Wednesday from here forward and Megan on Fridays. Today we're going to be talking about paganism, self-taught path. Okay. The question comes from Direrain, and it's a fairly lengthy background on why the questions are being asked, so I'm going to paraphrase it here, but I'll put everything down below as per usual. Basically, this person grew up Christian and decided that it really wasn't for them, so they started on a spiritual path, and they're wondering, does being a person of a self-taught belief fit into a sect of paganism, or paganism in general? Is there room in paganism for someone who walks by their own guidance and on their own path? Could paganism be a positive path for me to take? I'm going to go over a couple of the things that they said in here, and then I'm going to go into the questions. The first thing I wanted to address is, it says, my desire is to know what I am. I don't call myself a pagan. I don't do many things some pagans do, reading auras, practicing magic, etc. But it has always been something that intrigues me and fascinates me. Okay, so before I start on the questions, I just wanted to hit on two definitions. The first definition is self-taught. Okay, these are Webster Dictionary definitions that I got. Self-taught is having acquired knowledge or skill on one's own initiative rather than through formal education or training, or formal instruction or training by a teacher or whatnot. And pagan there's two different definitions. One of a people or community observing a polytheistic religion, as ancient Romans and Greeks did, or a member of religious or spiritual or cultural community based on the worship of nature or the earth, considered a neo-pagan. So, the first thing I wanted to say is not all pagans practice anything magical. I mean, there are pagans that just consider themselves pagans because they don't believe mainstream beliefs in deity or whatnot, and they love nature. They love being in nature, walks, hikes, whatever, and so they that's their spirituality, that's their magic, that's their rituals. So defining a pagan by certain things is really tough to do. So I wouldn't, the person who sent in the question, I wouldn't look at anything specifically done to consider yourself a pagan. So with those two definitions in mind, self-taught and pagan, I look at a lot of pagans under the pagan umbrella that are Wiccans, eclectic Wiccans. I know there's a pretty rigid tradition of Wicca, but eclectic pagans, witches, pagan witches, and other people who fall into that sort of arena, and other areas that teach themselves. They search out the books, they search out the things on the internet that they'll read, different blogs or articles or whatnot. They'll try things, they'll read and see if something resonates with them, and they may do it differently. I'm self-taught. I was never trained in a tradition. I was never formally educated in witchcraft and Wicca. That's never been, I've never had anything formal. I think it would be cool too at this point for me to do that, just to see, you know, the difference and to acquire more knowledge. But for the most part, a lot of pagans that I know that practice similar to what I do, they're very much self-taught. There's not like Hogwarts, which would be pretty sweet, but there isn't. So I think if you're self-taught, you could still be considered a pagan. Pagans generally are self-taught, is the point I was going to make. So, to the questions, does being a person of self-taught beliefs fit into any sect of paganism or paganism in general? Absolutely, 100% yes. Self-taught is definitely a part of paganism, so I absolutely think yes. Is there room in paganism for someone who walks by their own guidance and on their own path? We all do. I mean, I do not believe the same way that the next pagan believes. I don't do ritual the same way. I don't study the same way. I don't meditate the same way. I don't do anything the same way. I'm very free-spirited when it comes to my spirituality. And I'll try things and do things and enjoy things that... Excuse me, I'm getting over a wicked bad sinus infection. And sometimes... Anyways, too much information. But the point is yeah, there absolutely is room on this path, because this path is self-taught. It is you following your own path. It is, when they wrote, who walks by their own guidance, that's your inner voice. That's your intuition. And that is a huge part of paganism, is to follow that intuition. I don't want to badger other religions, but it seems like a lot of faiths, mainstream faiths, there isn't a whole lot of room, at least in my experience, and this is why I left the mainstream beliefs, is there's not a whole lot of room for free thinking. This is what it is, and this is what you need to believe, and that's it. So paganism is a whole world of free thinking and following your intuition, that inner voice, and by your own guidance, and following your own path. Be you, do you, and enjoy who you are. So yeah, there's absolutely room. Absolutely. Let's see. Could paganism be a positive path for me to take? I believe that yes and no, and I'll explain why. Yes and maybe. I'll start with the maybe. The whole maybe part is, who are you aligning yourself with when you're starting down this path? Who are you learning from? Who are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Much like in life, when we start surround ourselves with people who are completely negative and judgmental, we get dragged down and we feel cruddy and we don't really learn anything. We just want to curl up in our ball. When you surround yourself with people who are positive and support you, then it can be a very good experience. So be very cautious of who you surround yourself with, who you listen to, and don't get caught up in like Arthur names and stuff like that. Like, if you find somebody you resonate with, take it at a very cellular level on who they are and their general beliefs, and how it makes you feel when you read or listen to them or are around them. Does it make you feel uplifted? Does it make you feel inspired? And if it does, then that's your positive experience. And with the yes with paganism is, for me, paganism has opened up everything for me, really. There are no boundaries. There are no you can'ts. There are no, well, you don't want to be a crappy person, but you don't want to in general. You don't want to be a crappy witch or pagan or wicked, but you don't want to in general. So what I mean by there's no boundaries is I can learn anything I want. I can incorporate it into my path. There's nope, you got to only do this and only believe this, and this is what you got to do, and this is what you got to believe. There's none of that. So if I want to incorporate Buddhism and Native American beliefs and whatever I want to believe, Christianity, whatever I want to put into my beliefs, I can do that. And that is freeing, because I'm making my own path. which is what you want to do, the person who wrote in. So, paganism is, in my opinion and in my beliefs, has afforded me the opportunity to learn a lot of different things and to really connect with a lot of different things and people, and it's opened a world to me that feels like home. So yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that answered the questions, and let me make sure I didn't underline any others that I missed. Nope, that's it. I think that's it. So calling yourself a pagan, you can totally do that. You can absolutely do that with the confidence that it's not going to change the path that you're on. It's not going to change the journey that the direction you're going. It's not going to change how you spiritually feel, because it is who you spiritually are. So enjoy it, embrace it, be you and do you. So that's it. That's all I got. I hope this helped. And until next time, everybody have a great rest of the week. I will see you here next Wednesday. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll be happy to respond. And until next time, blessed be. Bye.